Oh, welcome back to the stream, everyone, and as you can see, the... oh god, I have the color glitch again. Should I really close OBS for that, or... oh well, I guess I'll let you decide. But yeah, as you can clearly see, the visual input is glitched. Sometimes it does that, and I have done complete streams with this weird glitch before. Oh well, I mean, welcome back to the stream. I hope you're doing good. I'm a little bit tired, but I am definitely ready to finally get a freaking shiny. Alright, number 851, and it's not a shiny. Kind of funny doing a shiny hunt with a color glitch like that, but oh well. Alright, also let me switch the music. I got a nice 4 hours of video game space music, so that should be good. I'm also learning as to what I'm allowed to have play in the background of my streams and what not, because yeah, some of the playlists that I've had were, let's say, prone to having tracks in them that get flagged by the copyright system. And if you ever re-watch a stream of mine that became a VOD, a VOD, and there's like music missing but you only hear my voice, well, that's when you know I had to take that music out, which isn't, at least YouTube gives you the option today. And also Venmings, welcome back to the stream, how you doing? I guess I'll start rambling before I greet viewers, but to be fair, chat is still a bit, yeah, the Omni Village is still early, the gates are still very early open, so, early open, what? That doesn't grammar at all. I don't mind playing with the messed up colors. It's kind of funny how the fire starter here is orange color, blue colored, when in the actual color it's orange. Kind of the water and the fire starter essentially switch colors with this glitch. Well, glitch, I don't know. It's a... sometimes this capture card does it. Otherwise, I'm really happy with this capture card when it comes to price, like how much money it costs and what it does. It's pretty good. Much cheaper than the Elgato, but sometimes it does quirks like that, but it's good enough for me. Hey to Professor Apim, welcome back to the stream, how you doing? And I just got full on streaming ADHD, I forgot what I was rambling about before. So wait, is it just me or the music could be a tad louder? Maybe it is actually just the track being not so loud. Okay, that's also not a shiny, which you can't really tell, I guess, with this weird color glitch. Did you have a shiny hunt in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee Pikachu? No, never. I guess I could do it, but I'm not really good at the, like the throwing. I have the Pokeball control and everything, but I suck at it. My fine motor skill, or just in general, my motor skills are not that good. And I just can't get the good throws. And I mean, I guess I could still try it, but I think I'm gonna fail some. I also don't really know how it works. I've played through Pokemon Let's Go Eevee once, and then kind of never really revisited again. It's not a bad game, but I guess I'm just not really the target audience, since I am a fan since the beginning. I played it on the Game Boy. I grew up like this, and this was clearly made for an audience that that was never really into the original games, but they got into the franchise via Go, which that's completely fine. I'm not gatekeeping. But yeah, it's definitely made for people who who got into the Pokemon franchise through Go, and where they kind of wanted to nudge them into the main game's direction. And I'm just not the right person for that. Although, yeah, I wouldn't need another Kanto remake. We've remade Kanto, we've seen Kanto a bajillion times. So this, I mean, it's almost like we're getting smothered by Kanto stuff, right? At least that's how I feel like. Oh, welcome back, Venminx. Yeah, as you can see, color glitching. I don't mind playing like this. Although, if I want to fix that, I need to, yeah, as you can see, it's a, yeah. It's not supposed to look like that. And it doesn't look like that on my TV screen because I'm using a splitter. So I split the signal, the HDMI signal from the Switch in two. One goes into the capture card and you can see it, and the other one goes to my TV so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Because if you do it, you could theoretically do it without a splitter, just through the capture card, but there's always a delay, so not a fan of that. Don't like it very much either, but shiny hunting is kind of easy. I just go back whenever I want a Kanto shiny Pokemon, because I hate Kanto. Okay, fair. I mean, I don't hate Kanto, right? But I'm just, at this point, I can't... it's like, yeah, we've had Kanto before, okay, Game Freak? Can we maybe have a little bit of other regions? Or maybe the focus on balancing the games? Making them fairer? I don't know, there's like so many possibilities of... so many directions they could put their energy towards. And it shouldn't be Kanto again. As much as I like Kanto for being the first step of the franchise, and I mean, I did grow up with the games, but I also see that they were pretty much a glitch that came with the game, and a lot of, well, it was kind of a miracle that they came out, if you look at the code. But yeah, I'm not a Gen 1, I'm definitely not. Alright, Kia, nah. I don't want that Kia of yours. And why would a god of space even yell out Kia? I mean, I know it's because of Palkia, but I'm just trying to make a very lame joke here. But if it's really that easy to shiny hunt? It's not a bad region, but Jesus Christ, we have visited Kanto like 5 times already. Yeah, exactly. Other regions need some love and attention. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. They're really milking the crap out of Kanto at this point. And we've had enough. Alright, let's see. No, that's not a shiny. By the way, is it annoying to you that the colors are like this? I guess when I do have the shiny, I guess have to try and fix it. Unfortunately, that always requires me to close OBS and then start again, which pauses the stream for a while. My coworker asked me a weird question today. What's the worst piece of advice you ever gave? I said it doesn't matter what color your underwear is. At the end of the day, it just matters what's in them. Okay, sure. Well, I wouldn't say that's good advice, but is that even advice? But that is indeed it's almost like those weird interview questions. You've ever had them? Where they ask you, like, I've been seriously asked, you know, it's just an IT job, and then I sat at the interview and I got freaking questions, not like, what's your experience in PHP and in web design, in JavaScript, can you maybe show something you've done? No, it was, if you were an animal, what would you be and why? What is the best and worst advice? Yeah, like, definitely it's like this. Took me days to realize that even in Pokopia, they made us go back to Kanto. Like, yeah, it's always going back to Kanto, and at this point it's just... Like, we've had enough. Or apparently some haven't had enough, but, Pokopia is another one I haven't played yet. Okay, hang on. I'll actually fix it. Just give me a second. All right, should be back. Oh, I have the double glitch again. No. Time. Please, someone make me understand what the hell this is. But at least the colors are back to normal. But it really, like, am I a glitch magnet or what is happening? Like, I swear to on my mother's head, I'm not doing this on purpose. I wouldn't even know how to do this on purpose. But it's always... I don't even know why the double voice glitch. That's one thing I still can't figure it out. At least the microphone is not smelling anymore. I managed to fix that. But man... definitely need a new one. But everything is so expensive right now. You said Latias tight? Wait, what? Huh? Huh? No? I don't know what you're on. Wait, I think I've... Oh, right. This is from Halo 3. This definitely sounds like something from the Halo series. It has very grand, atmospheric music. I always, when I was at male friends' houses and they showed me Halo, I would always give them an info dump about Ian Banks's megastructures called Banks orbitals, which are kind of like the Halos in or the Halo. It's a very interesting ring-shaped megastructure. And well, judging from their faces, I don't think they wanted to hear that, but I just tried to relate somehow. Hey there, human name. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Here you'll actually need it. Yeah. I am praying to Arceus that this is not gonna be a 4,000 thing. Because I can then finally move on. And then also finish this game, and then... I'm gonna have some juicy empty slots for the next couple of games that will be streamed. Which one of them is going to be Disco Elysium. It's one of my, if not the favorite game of my, like the most favorite, most loved game of my husband. And he would be ecstatic if I streamed that. And yeah, why not? There's not that many people who stream Disco Elysium. Haven't played it myself. I've watched my husband play, but it's definitely looks very intelligent. Like the purple prose writing takes its audience really seriously, and it has hard style in it, as in like a theme. So yeah, I need to play it anyway, and I think it might be another nice blind playthrough. You were talking about what animal would you want to be, and you said Latias, right? Oh, that's what you mean. And you didn't meant tight, you meant right. For a second, I was like, are you like Tuco Salamanca? Tight. I don't know if you get that reference. No, I didn't say. Latias is not an animal. It's like a Pokemon. I guess you could argue, are Pokemon animals? I don't know. Some of them are. I don't know. Cherub? Sunflora doesn't really look like an animal to me, that's more like a plant. But no, I'm not a Latias. I pray to Arceus every time I RNG. I wonder if the great Lord Arceus, if they hear it, if they hear our prayers. I mean, I prayed to him once, and he gave me a phone, sent me back to feudal Japan, took my boobs away, made me be a kid again, and said go catch all Pokemon, so maybe I should stop praying to him. That wasn't really... It was a fun game, right? Legends, but it's kind of weird from God. Just imagine just getting... It's just funny how it starts. You're just in that void, and then, oh, God talks to you. Yeah, I'm gonna send you back thousands of years. Have fun? Oh, right, here's a phone. But still, it fits. And it's really memorable. Hey there, James. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Well, so far I've been rambling about random stuff. Nothing's happened yet. I've had some glitches again. Like, in the beginning of the stream, the capture card did the weird cyan magenta reversal thing that it sometimes does. And then I had double microphone glitch again, where you can hear me twice. But other than that, yeah, pretty chill stream. I've only been at it for like not even half an hour. And the first soft reset shiny ever was Ho-Oh in hardcore. Oh, Ho-Oh is such a great shiny. How many was it? Do you still remember? Under odds. Oh wow, that's... Hey there, Exalt Revenger. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Because I was watching, and that was, by the way, that song goes so hard. That Welsh song, that was a really good one. And it just really... You people from Wales seem to be kind of like us Southern Luxembourgers. Like, we kind of have the same thing going on, where our money printing industry was coal and steel mining. And then a conservative government kind of destroyed that, and then now we're like looked down upon. There's a lot of connections, and that song went really hard. And now I got shorts recommended in Welsh, which I had no idea what they were talking about. But yeah, I get recommendations to like restaurants in Wales. Very quickly, the algorithm has picked up on that, which is dystopia, not gonna lie. What's worse than one Yana? Two of them, yeah, and one is already 3 too many. That's true. The median amount of times you need to encounter a shiny Pokemon is less than 4,096. Yeah, but you know about medians, right? Oh, there's another thing that a lot of people get wrong, but I can't fault them because the human brain hasn't really evolved to deal with statistics and odds. Because you'd rather have the meat now than in even more meat in 10 days, because you don't know if you're going to live in 10 days. At least that's from our caveman days. And a lot of people, they're like, I've seen posts of this, where they say, oh, I've had over 8,000 encounters. Why do I should have had the shiny yet? Isn't it 100%? Like, no, that's not how it works. It's very close to 100%, but it doesn't go 100%. 850? That's nothing. Holy crap. I hope I'll have that luck. I'm actually now at this one, I'm at 872. You're just chilling? Well, same. While streaming. You got Wales ads too? Yeah, I mean, it's not tinfoil hatty to say. They are listening in on what you're watching, what you're saying. Yeah, that's just how it is. Yeah. So you've seen that. I mean, I don't blame people because I doubt... Wait, when did I have statistics? I mean, like, really the correct full-on, that was in university. But yeah, we're not really made to comprehend these odds. I wonder what's odd. Oddish. Oh, I have too many shiny oddish. Or evenish. Originally, I couldn't type the Welsh flag emoji on YouTube. It would get blacked out, but now it works. Wait, that got blacked out? Huh? Is there some corporate interest thing that I didn't know about? About them not wanting Wales to be independent? Okay. Wait, let me check if I have it on my phone. I have it here. Which, by the way, Wales flag, amazing. Like, that dragon is so cool. And it really pops out with the green background. Again, if you know color theory, the person who made that, they would know. Like, they knew what they were doing, definitely. If you're hearing a fizzy drink, I'm drinking... And this is not a sponsor, this is personal taste. Fritz Limo, which is something we actually drive to Germany for, or we used to even get it. It's like German soda, fizzy drinks. I really like them. We try to not buy like the big brands and more of these brands. But we also have a Luxembourgish variant. It looks Corona, which is also really good. Yes, Wales is independent. It's, from what I understand, it's like a known nation. That's what I mean. Well, I mean, Van Mings, there's... Look around. What countries would accept Palestine as like an independent nation? There's not a lot. Not every country on this earth actually recognizes Palestine as its own polity, so it wouldn't be too weird. It's not the first time that's happened. Wales wants to be independent, but the Tories are trying to keep us part of the UK. Yeah, I mean, I hope they lose. It's gonna be tomorrow, right? Yeah. Kind of anxious myself, even though I don't live there, but I want people of every nation to have the best life, not just mine. Hey there, Fabled Phantom, welcome back to the stream. How are you doing? What do you have again? Why doesn't Pooh wear shoes? He likes to be barefoot. Oh my god. Of course. And that's also not a shiny. What do we have? 877. Hey there, Ahmed, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? You ordered a limo? Well, no, not a car limo. You think... Oh, right. Is that like another polyglot idiot moment? You don't... It's called Fritz Limo. But limo as in that's... It comes from limonade, which is fizzy drinks with lemon in... But you can just say limo, and in Europe people know it's fizzy drinks. I just realized that's not something English-speaking people use. It's a very European-only term. Well, not the car. Why would I... And how would I drink a car? That would be a bit... I don't know how you do that. Morning tomorrow, I'm going down to vote in the morning. Salute to you. I don't know, is it like in Wales? Is it you have to go to vote? Or is it optional? Because in Luxembourg, you actually have to go vote. If you don't vote, you can go to prison. I'm not making this up. This is actually how the law is. I mean, you're not forced to vote for someone. You can just draw something stupid on your, you know, on your voting paper and give that. Or you can vote for no one. Just leave it blank, that's fine. But you have to be there. As in, you have to be present, or you have to tell the government in advance, I'm gonna vote via a letter. Mail-in vote. Sorry I left yesterday. No need to say sorry, Amit. Earlier my family called me, wanted me to clean the house, so I couldn't stay the rest of... Oh, yeah, I mean, now is the time, no? If you want to explain the character lore about yesterday's character. I forgot the name, but again, that's usually what I forget, but I do remember, like, the concept. Yeah, independence for Wales, that would be nice. You can't drink the car, it's called Guzzle the Petrol. That made me think of... I don't know if that person lied to me. Probably. But I've talked to a person once who claimed that they always... I mean, that part is not weird or hard to believe, that they love the smell of petrol. But what I don't want to believe is that they drank, like they had a sip of petrol. Apparently they vomited it out, but like, are you really... I think that guy was just joshing with me, because... bleh. And that would also be highly toxic, I'm sure. Mary had a little lamb and a side of mashed potatoes. Oh. Oh well, that little lamb became food. Okay, that's kind of dark, actually. It's optional over here, but the Tories are trying to force us to vote by putting things through the law. Huh, okay. Because usually conservative parties do profit from like the amount of or percentage of people who vote for that number to be low. That means less counter voters. So they want to make it like in Luxembourg, where you have to show up and vote. And if you happen to be a Luxembourgish citizen, like Luxembourgish passport, and you don't live in Luxembourg, let's say you live, I don't know, you can be in Thailand, you can be in Japan, in the US, you have to, they don't expect you to be there in person to vote, but you have to mail it in. I drank petrol when I was a kid, must have been about 6, but I still did. Wait, what? But that's like toxic. That's even like how horrible to get on your skin. I remember when I, you know, I think that was one of the first times I've ever filled up, like, the first car that I had. And I overdid it. I accidentally pushed it a bit, and then I had some drip on my hand, and already that was like, bleh. My hand stank like petrol for the rest of the whole day. I tried to like wash it off. It was, and my skin was pretty irritated afterwards. So I can't imagine drinking it. That must, I'm super sensitive, but petrol is serious stuff, actually. Ew. To be honest, I would technically believe him because that's what people in the US do. Okay, maybe he actually wasn't lying. It seems like that's not such an outrageous thing. I actually thought no one would try to ever drink petrol. Like, bleh. Doesn't that need to get pumped out of your stomach? I'm pretty sure that's highly toxic. Oh, you want to marry Fabled Phantom? You want to marry Fabled Phantom now? No, we have a marriage in the chat. Isn't that beautiful? If I learned anything in my life, it's that British people are hated by everyone. Apparently, yeah. They're not exactly regarded as nice tourists in a lot of European countries. Then comes the colonialist history that also leaves a really bad taste in people's mouths, which I can't fault them for. Including people who live within the UK. Well, you can ask Exiled Revenger about that. Or my husband, he's half Scottish, so my mother-in-law could also tell you some stuff. Personally, don't hate them, but I don't like them either. I mean, I don't hate Britons, right? I'm not a fan, and I'm really looking, like, giving them a side eye, as in the Well, royalty I don't like. I gotta say that. I don't think they should exist at all. I mean, the scandals they've been in. Princess Diane and Andrew the Kitty Diddler, like, they should have been pitchforked out there already, and the castle seized for the British workers and everything, but that's a pipe dream. And I'm not really a fan of, like, when I say I dislike Great Britain, I never mean the people, I always mean the regime. The people in power. Like the historical body of what they have done. Never the people. Because you can never paint all of their people under one brush. That's also really unfair when US people see Germans and they automatically assume they're Nazis, which... Do you know how many Germans are deeply embarrassed by that history and they're trying everything to make it right, and it's not even them that should be so worried. It should be more like the actual neo-Nazis that they have, but those usually don't give a crap. When man loves a woman, they do the mash. The monster mash, okay? Well, sorry, James. You have committed the vile crime of being British. Is minging, as they say, apparently. Nah, I'm not. You know I'm kind of joking, but... I mean, politically, yeah, I don't like the Empire, But that's the same thing as in, I really don't like the US as in, like, the Empire, the politics, the people, what they've done, how many innocents they've bombed. I just have to say it like this, outright. But do I hate American people? No, because they are not doing that. They are not executing these horrible things. It's some of US people, yes, but you should never see what one group is doing and then extrapolate these values onto a whole civilization. That's just stupid. I mean, I cannot think of an example where that would actually be helpful. Always need to differentiate. Turns out real life very often isn't black, isn't white, it's a lot of greys and other colors in between. A lot of things are much more complicated and nuanced. I'm not a kitty diddler, my name is Andrew. Yeah, I mean, that would be unfair, right? Thinking that every US American would be like a warmongering, like wanting to shoot everyone. Yes, there are people like this, but not everyone. Fabled Phantom and James, I shall announce you two as lovers and married couple. May you two love each other. James, do you vow to love Fabled? And Fabled, do you vow to love James? Wow, Amit just took the opportunity to become... how do you call them again? Those who initiate the vows, the marriage vows? Is it just the pastor doing that? Or do they not have a... Am I drawing a blank? Do they not have a very specific name? Then again, I did not get married the Christian way. Like, I wasn't in a church. You can't really find me in a church unless it's for someone's funeral. And they were Christian, and I'm respecting that. But otherwise, you won't find me in the church. Why should I be there, right? I'm not Christian. And that's also not a shiny. Of course not. But I'm gonna get you. 890. Yeah, what they did with Scotland is... So basically, the way I understand it, accounts from both reading about it and what Scottish people have told me. In the beginning, before Brexit, the English basically told the Scots that, oh yeah, we're gonna always be there for you. You're gonna stay in the as long as you stay in the United Kingdom, and you're gonna have the benefits of having a trade deal with Europe. And then when Brexit was around the corner, they essentially said, yeah, vote for us, and the Tories also. They said, vote for us, and then you won't, there won't be any repercussions, so you won't get, so to speak, separated from the European Union. And what happened? They just went Brexit and went, oh well, as if they never... It's basically a backstabbing move. You vote for us and it won't be like this, and then they do a Brexit. And then they're like, no, don't think of independence, don't think of a Celtic union. Fun fact, they finally decided to shut down the Pokémon TCG vending machines. It's about time too. Oh, okay, so no more of those. I mean, I've seen some really crazy videos about, you have crying children in the background, you have grown freaking adults fighting, and I'm speaking really fighting each other over cards, and turns out they were scalpers. It's really embarrassing, like really, really embarrassing. People essentially destroying the machines, like bombing them in order to open them. It's like blowing up a vault at a bank. Like these kinds of crimes, but it's not a bank vault. It's not to get gold or anything. No, it's for Pokemon cards. And that's when you know that they're really much... like the worth shot up, probably. Still, no justification for anything like this, in my opinion. Same in Wales, we had a massive coal and steel industry, but the English alongside the Tories and Labour destroyed it by going ahead with Brexit. Yeah. That is just... I mean, I completely understand the anger of the Welsh people. I mean, I would be pissed too if I were from there. Absolutely. Completely understandable. Crying children while 50-year-old play in real life Mortal Kombat outside the machines as managers call the police. Yes. Exactly. What has this world come to? Oh yeah, I mean... not just that, everything's going downhill. In real life, Mortal Kombat is funny AF. Thanks for making me laugh. Yeah, well, that is pretty... Have you seen these videos, Alan? Like, I'm speaking not just fighting. I'm speaking, oh, I'm gonna almost kill you kind of fighting. Like, really disgusting sucker punches. Kicking people in the head while they're down. And then jumping on people's back. Like, wild animals, essentially. So that Mortal Kombat comment is pretty adequate. And yes, it is funny. Well, I mean, the joke is funny. It's not funny that men fight over Pokemon cards like some wild animals in the jungle do, but, you know. I swear a lot of adults, they are... like, it's just a kid in a big body. They might be paying taxes and have a job. But when it comes to taking responsibilities, making good choices for you, and just being a functioning member of society, nah, that can't do that. And they're very childish in that aspect. What Margaret Thatcher did to our coal industry was evil. Oh, well, what Margaret Thatcher did to the world economy was evil. I would even... like, that's not the only thing she destroyed. If you really look up what she's done, she and Reagan... the reason why so much wealth is being siphoned by Like, the reason why there's a massive, and I'm speaking like trillions of dollars of wealth transfer from the working class to the super rich is also due to Thatcher's dysregulation. Like, she did the damage she has done to the world in general. Because we live in a globalized world, so if how did my university teacher always say? When the US has a cough, then China gets the infection. And yeah, London is, I think, still a very important financial hub. And with Thatcher having her disgusting fingers in that, you can... And then Reagan being elected, I think around the same time, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, suddenly the very rich weren't paying any taxes, pretty much. And then, of course, everything going downhill, because that money is going somewhere, right? But not into the pockets of working class, and we're now living through the results, essentially. For years we couldn't speak our native language because the English outlawed it. Yeah, I remember reading about that it was not allowed to speak Welsh. People were thrown in prison. The children in schools who spoke Welsh had this wooden sign hung. Oh my god, how barbaric. How barbaric. That is horrible. Look who the politics has summoned. Hey there, Kaiser Kamasi. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Yeah, that has just summoned you. We're talking about what Margaret Thatcher, the kind of monster that got unleashed to the financial world. I mean, the damage she has done is insane. Not just to Wales as a country, but just, I would argue, the whole world. Or at least the first world. If you really still want to think like that. I don't really like the first world, second world, third world kind of thinking. Because, as you know, the US says, oh, we are a first world country, but you know what they say? They are actually a third world country with a Gucci belt. Yeah, I think that really cuts it. Honestly, if Skynet was sent from the future to destroy mankind and sees the scenario happening with the vending machines, I think it would just malfunction itself and go straight back. Probably. Yeah, she messed up so much. Like, I don't even know where to begin. If I ever go to England, I'm pissing on Thatcher's grave. I wonder if you can even go to her grave. I think a lot of people had that idea. Which, I know, it's not legal to do that. But there's some people like, she's a freaking demon, okay? Why should I respect her? Oh, she's dead, respect the dead. Yeah, you know how many people died because of her stupid decisions? How many families got torn apart? You've had people there on the island, the Welsh, who were there first. They are, so to speak, the real people, the authentic indigenous people from that island. And then just some English people come and they put wooden signs around your neck to not speak your language. Like, this is... And then they always say sci-fi is ridiculous. No, look at real life. This is actually real. So I completely understand why you would want to do that on her grave, because it's just one of these people, you know? You study history and it's, oh yeah, you know, another demon that we unleashed on this unsuspecting world. Maggie's dead. I know. And don't give me the... if anyone's rewatching this later or digging this up to put crap on me, oh, get over yourself. Like, don't give me that, oh, you shouldn't laugh about that, people. Yeah, well, look at what she's done. I'm sorry, she's a monster. It's a good thing that she doesn't exist anymore, because if she did, she would still tank the economy. The US has the highest GDP out of all countries in the world. Yeah, but I mean, as a syndicalist, you should know what my opinion about the GDP is. I don't really. In some aspects, it's a pretty good indicator on how good a nation is doing, but in other aspects, it's kind of inaccurate. We have the money to be the most prosperous nation for its citizens. Yeah, that I completely agree. And yet we choose to neglect our citizens every day. Yeah, it's the wealth disparity is, I think, one of the most extreme in the US. I'm sure Thatcher did something good, but whatever that may have been, I certainly haven't heard of it. I would have to dig for something good, because when I looked up her policies and everything, I only could find, you know, the Reagan levels of, oh my god, that person is at fault for so many problems that we have to face now. Like that kind, where you dig and then you find crap, and you dig and you dig and you find more crap, and you think, okay, you can't find more crap than this, and then you dig more, and then it's a whole well. It's an ocean. Is it just me, or is there no music? Okay. Be me. Nah, there we go. Fully Play wins the election tomorrow, so we can start preparing for yeah, I'm like fingers crossed. I've been thinking about this so much now that we've talked about it. And that's still not shiny. The concept of first world and second world and third world country is an yeah, I mean, it's an old concept. That's why I stated before I used the concept that I'm not really a fan of that lens to view countries in. Or through, rather. It's designed to make some people think they're superior because of birth location, which allows the concept of colonialism to be born again. Oh yeah, absolutely. This is that is a colonial term, I would even say. Pretty sure Kaiser Karmazin agrees with me. It's a very colonialist view of the world, absolutely. My narcissist ex-friend said Reagan was her favorite president. Oh well, that doesn't really surprise me. I wonder if there's a connection there. Could be, doesn't have to be. But I don't know if Reagan was a narcissist himself. With Trump, I'm pretty sure. And I know you can't diagnose people like that out of, like, I don't have a psychology degree, but there's some things that are really easy to spot. And, well, I think when you really analyze Trump, you can definitely see these traits. Send the live stream for the Welsh elections tomorrow and this. Oh, absolutely. Please do that. Our elections in Luxembourg are going to be in October, I think. But I've never done a mail vote. I've always gone myself. To uneducated, Reagan seems like a fine or even good president. Once you learn of his policies, though, it's very obvious he made a huge negative impact on the Western world and beyond. Yeah, I don't even know where to begin. What he has done, like all that debt spiral and so many policies, like so much wealth transfer, is because of his presidency, because of him. Like the damage, we're still feeling the damage that Reagan has done, and Reagan and Thatcher are both dead for a long time now, and we're still dealing with that. Yeah, I also hope everything goes well with these elections. Yeah, I agree, Ahmed. That's why I said I'm not a fan of the first, second, and third world concept. It's I don't really like these terms. I use them so that people can identify quickly what I was talking about. But yeah. single logical thing. Oh, come on, Amit. Give yourself some credit. But it is colonialist. I think it even started with colonialism so they could say, oh, you know, we are the good ones, the West, the enlightened people. We are first world. Then the quote-unquote commie bloc was the second world. Even though, again, they weren't really communist because, again, the workers did not own the means of production. That was the government. And in true communism, if you've read the theory about it, in communism there is no more government because you don't need it anymore. It has become obsolete, so that's already, you know. And then basing it on money and other rather arbitrary values, if you really think about it. So yeah, I don't like that. Don't like that word. Don't know how much Reagan has affected the world at large, but as much as I know about his effect on the US, well, we're still, well, like, we felt it in Europe too, and you can feel it pretty much everywhere now. He set back income equality, racial equality, and sexual equality back then. Yeah, that too. The Labour Party in the UK used to be good back in the 70s and 80s. They used to look after working family, but now they have lost everything. Yeah, I told you that too, James, right? Remember, don't vote for Labour, even though, like, they were trying to be the Workers' Party, but that's not true anymore. We actually also have a Labour Party in Luxembourg that's exactly like this. Like, they used to be, well, to be fair, they're social Democrats, and if you know enough about communist theory, you know what anarchists think of them, because they're kind of backstabbers. They always side with fascists in the end. And they don't want a reform of the system of capitalism, so a true Marxist believes that a social democrat is not, like, that's not enough. And, I mean, they killed Rosa Luxemburg, which is also a grave sin. Normally my brain can't think of logic, I'm too lazy to say anything. Oh, Amit, no, you're just bullying yourself again. My brain can only think of one logical take, which is that mosquitoes are awful. Well, yeah, that's true. The mosquitoes being awful bit is true, right? Not that you can only think of one logical take. I think this first, second and third world term sprang up from Cold War and described... Yes, it's from the Cold War. But, people have later reinforced these terms to reignite feelings of colonialism, or just have people have a pretty colonialist view of the world. But it's not from colonial times originally. It sprang, like Kaiser Kamazin said, from the Cold War. It's not exactly a useful term anymore. Yeah, true. Not that it ever was, yeah, exactly. Entire party of the USSR aligned nations are gone from the picture. Very imperialist and Western world focused, true, yeah. The reason I hate it is because kids, teenagers grow thinking they are better because of their nation. Oh, yeah, I mean... You don't even need the first world, second world thing. Overzealous patriotism or nationalism already does that. Allowed normalize the concept of their inferior people in those kinds of minds. Yeah, that's why we should never go too far into nationalism, because it always seems to devolve into this. And yeah, I'm also scared of the thought of just kids growing up thinking, oh yeah, we are inherently better. Thinking that because they're better, they can willy-nilly kill so-called lowly people and enslave people for their own selfish desire. Yeah, why do you think there's so much us versus them propaganda with, oh, look at these Muslims, they're not worth everything, everyone is like a terrorist. Of course, I don't mean that, right? But that's their rhetoric. It's the us versus them. It's the painting, having a specific enemy, painting over a whole civilization with one brush and labeling them all as terrorists, even though obviously not every Muslim is a terrorist. That was just preposterous. check out a politician called Dennis Skinner. Dennis Skinner. I think I've... Dennis Skinner. Have I heard that before? I think I read it before. It was amazing. He would always hold the Conservatives to account for actions, the things he used to call them. He got kicked out of Parliament. The law got kicked out of Parliament for being right. Oh well. Thinking that, yeah. I mean, we already, unfortunately, that's a... Yeah, I mean, it's also a bit tribalism, but I think that kind of thinking unfortunately gets reinforced a lot. Most Americans don't know what first world countries are, or even that the term exists, but they will still claim America as the greatest nation on earth. Don't get me wrong, the US could be a great nation, but the game has changed quite a bit since the 60s. Well, that's another thing Reagan, you can thank Reagan for, because he deregulated a lot of financial markets, and because of that, the middle class just got less and less money. You know, in the 50s, look up how, before Reagan, what the tax rate was for millionaires. You're gonna be very surprised, because it never... Like, Reagan came in and said, nah, that's unfair, trickle-down economics, all of that bullcrap. And that's where a lot of problems started. And Thatcher did essentially the same thing, but the UK version. Privatize, put a lot, or as much as they possibly could, into private equity. Then you have the investor model. And then, of course, these things are not incentivized to bring the best service, but to make the most money and revenue to their shareholders, and then everything goes down. He would get kicked out because he wouldn't withdraw the comments he makes. Yeah, well, if they're correct, then he shouldn't withdraw them at all. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna look up Dennis Skinner. Maybe I've read... I mean, that is a very unique name. Oh, I think I've seen a video. Oh, he's 94 years old. Yeah, then I've read about him in, I think, books of the 70s? Wow, 94. And that's also another shiny. 913. Will we cross the 1,000 mark? Oh boy. How many of these streams are left? In short terms, by allowing those ideas in the younger kids' minds, we allow history to repeat it. Yes, exactly. All over again, and thus wars and pain and suffering are all reborn again. In an unending cycle. Yes. Look up The Political. That's a concept that Nazis worked with. And it's exactly kind of this. It's have an enemy. It's kind of nebulously defined as both being, like, simultaneously being very strong and dangerous, but also somehow a wimp. It's from Carl Schmitt. The Political, it's called. It's pretty much that concept. It's a concept used to pacify a civilization, or like your people. Always having a enemy straw man to hate and blame all your problems for, not like the actual problems. You know, capitalist privatizing everything. No, you gotta point fingers towards some other foreign nations that are different and thus inferior. It's like essentially that. I believe at one point during the 40s to 60s, the US was considered a social democracy to some degree. Yes, there was one point where there are so much money was poured into the working class at one point. You gotta give that. To be fair, that's not where I was alive. That was way before my time. But yeah, That's where the US flourished. That was your golden days. Personally chilling, I don't care what will happen to this world as far as I'm concerned. Caring for it, those foul R words, act or do is meaningless. Just a huge waste of my own valuable time. Well, apathy is not gonna help, Amit. I do care because at the very least, if not for some good humans that are left, the animals don't deserve that, like, climate change destroying so much of their, like, life, yeah, their habitats. They don't deserve that, and just from an astrobiological standpoint, how rare the Earth is and how rare it is that we're here and this complex, and we're just gonna destroy it because an imaginary number must go up. That is just like, I cannot just look away. Can I do a lot? No. But if everyone said, there's nothing we can do, then nothing happens. It's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. In psychology, that's also like a term. And instead of being nihilistically defeatist, I'm just saying I'm trying to live my life, but at the same time I'm gonna fight for what I think is definitely worth. At least I thought, you know? At least I fought. At least I didn't go down like a wimp. I was actually, no. I'm gonna make my stand. And I think that's, in and of itself, honorable. He got kicked out of Parliament for calling ex-Tory Prime Minister David Cameron Dodgy Dave. Dodgy Dave. Well, he wouldn't be too far off with that. Hey there, Sir Otto. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? When I was a kid, I overheard something. Asked that neighbor if they want to play hide the banana. I think I kinda know what kind of banana they were referring to. Yeah. Okay. Are the floor tentacles drowning you yet, or is that over? Alright, come on. I don't want to go to the 1,000 mark, but it looks like we're gonna be there. Ugh, God. Please. Okay, thousands maybe, but no 4,000, please. There's a video of it, I'll send it to you, it's funny. Oh yeah, please do. I would like to see that. Ah yes, very long loading times. Yeah, so much of this is never taught in schools, isn't that preposterous? I mean, I think that's kind of disgusting, actually. This is knowledge everyone should know. So they can make more of a informed choice when they're voting. But I'm pretty well aware that the ruling class doesn't want an informed voter base, because if everyone was really politically enlightened, no one would vote for the Tories. Like, no one. Send it. Alright, I'll watch it after the stream. I personally don't care because I'm too selfish to care for others. I'm simply doing to enjoy my life and doing what is right, but at the same time I can't do much to fix a broken world that isn't... Well, I mean, are you really truly selfish? You did help your family clean, so you're not 100% selfish. But you can still try to live your life and still do what you think is right. Yeah, it is very intentional, of course, that they don't teach these things, because if the working class were politically educated and even enlightened, they wouldn't vote against their class interests, and then, yeah, obviously. Fix itself because the people themselves are too stupid to break through the prison they live in. That prison is their own weakness to evolve their minds, and that also implies to me, well, sometimes, Ahmed, or very often, I should say, it's more of a, like, dialectical materialism, to come back to Marxist theory, actually. It's, you know, not everyone is stupid, or, like, they don't make informed, well choices because they weren't raised that way, because of their environment, which is very much deliberate. So, don't immediately yeah, there's a lot of stupid people in this world, absolutely. I mean, I see that a lot, but at the same time, a lot of them are just unfortunately very misinformed, because that's the world they got born in, and can't expect everyone to be like a super self-inspecting genius. Like whatever music was before this. Currently there's Halo playing, and before that was Astro Man's stage from Mega Man. And that is 921. One of the videos is when he called David Cameron Dodgy Dave, and the other one is Dennis Skinner Best Moments. He has his Best Moments compilation. Alright. Can you be shiny now, please? Oh, that would have been so funny if it was shiny now. Selfish in the sense I don't care to fix my life or anyone's life. Everything I do in my life is worthless. I disagree with that. Except if you really think it is worthless. Worth is something that you give to things. Meaningless at this point. Whatever I do is for my own entertainment, that's it. Yeah, but you do live in a society, and you should be aware. Like, what I was talking about is taking accountability for one's choices and how they, like, thinking about how they affect others. And that's just something you can't really... I feel like that's the social contract. You know, your freedom ends where mine begins, that kind of deal. You are free to do whatever you want, but don't hurt others. Unnecessarily, I might add. I mean, as a healthcare provider, obviously at one point you're gonna prick a needle and it goes ouchie. But obviously I don't mean that. He was brutal. The Conservatives hated him because he could call out their greed. Oh, that is really nice. Wait, what? Huh? I just got a pop-up. Verify that it's you? What do you mean? Of course it's me. What the hell is that? Okay. Like, why should I verify that's my stream? What the hell is happening? Okay, I refreshed the page and now it's gone. That was weird. Risk of Rain music? Yes, that's Risk of Rain music. Okay, that was weird. Is it gonna ask me again? Did someone try to stream snipe me and got the stream key somehow? Like me? An unimportant streamer like me really want to breach that one? Or was that just YouTube weirdness? Huh? Okay, weird. Didn't want to click yes just like this. So, don't affect others because I don't care to interact with people on my own country, who in my opinion are some of the most garbage, horrible and worthless humans I've ever seen in my life. What, you really hate your fellow countrymen this much? Huge waste of existence in my own honest opinion. You hate them so much? Jeez. Have you been hurt? You've got to verify that you're not a Latias. Oh god damn it. How many times do I have to give them my human fingerprints that a Latias clearly cannot have? Jeez. Stupid conspiracy theories. I have papers. I have human papers, okay? A Latias cannot have a passport. Show me a Latias with a passport. I'm gonna wait. I don't think they have that, so... If I'd be a Latias, I wouldn't need to pay anything. Like, no rent, no taxes, no nothing. That would be nice, so no. I mean, I hate many of my fellow Americans, but they're also people that we need to be kind to each other and work together. Yeah, Marx had a term for people like this. Lumpenproletariat, which... Oh, how the hell do I translate that? Proletariat of... lumpen is like, old clothes? Like pieces of cloth from old clothes? No, there seems to be no real, like, translation for that, but yeah, it's essentially... Lumpen is kind of like, you know, that piece of that old t-shirt no one wears and now you use it to clean the table. That's a lumpen. Hurt, no, but I don't need to get hurt by her. Yeah, that's true. You don't need to get hurt, and you need to have strict boundaries. You shouldn't just have someone walk all over you. Absolutely. Get hurt by a horrible person to know who they are. For years in my life, I had to act and pretend I'm someone to be accepted in this miserable nation. Is it like is it the culture that you don't like? And you're sure you don't want to go to Belgium? If you really don't like the kind of culture and mindset of your nation? I mean, I don't blame you, right? I'm not saying, oh, you're racist against your own nation. I mean, I complain about some mindset of Luxembourgers very commonly, let me tell you. Especially the, oh, I don't know what this is. I haven't seen this before, so I'm immediately gonna lump it into this is bad. Which is like, freaking hate that about so many Luxembourgers are like this. They see something that they don't know, and they immediately judge it as, oh, that's stupid, or it's childish, or it's silly. We even have a term for that. Wat de bouwer niet kent, dat frust in it, which translates to, what the farmer doesn't know, he doesn't eat. But like, friesen is... It's like we have two words, or two verbs for eating. We have essen, which is eat, to eat, and friesen is... It translates to eat as well, but more like a wild animal would eat. You don't say, you don't say... Ich friesen an apple. Ich essen an apple. That would be I eat an apple. But friesen implies like eating it like a savage. I don't know, like a wild animal, just gulping it in. German has the same thing, and I think Dutch as well. It's like Palkia doesn't want to shine. Yeah, I mean, 1 in 4,096 odds, so... For now, I'm still under odds. We're still at 922. I've seen enough Iraqis. I'm sick of my own kind. They're all horrible, prideful, arrogant, foolish people. Well, I mean, I can show you some Luxembourgers who are very prideful and arrogant and foolish too. I don't know if that's an Iraqi thing. Like any basic knowledge, they're arrogant and foolish, and most importantly, R-word. I know, that seems very nebulous. Not that I don't believe you, right, in how you're feeling about it. But I can show you tons of Luxembourgers who fit this criteria, like these exact criteria. Hey there, Lectabuzz, welcome back to the stream, how you doing? Palkia's goat, well, would be if he'd shine. That would be nice. I'm currently at 923. Oh, so you like Palkia the most out of the trio? I think, in general, yes. I would also like Palkia the most. I mean, Palkia has two types that I really like, water and dragon. But like, in terms of shinies, Giratina, definitely. Wait, this sounds familiar. Oh wait, stupid. It's the Rainbow Road from... It's the first Mario Kart I ever played. So yeah. Just haven't heard that track in so long. There are people like what you're describing everywhere, Amit. Yeah, exactly, that was my argument. If you let the hate get to you, you're going to become one of them yourself. Yeah, I mean, hate is understandable in a lot of cases. Just don't let it, don't let it be the lens that you view the world through. Because that is not gonna be productive. You're gonna psychologically destroy yourself. Nihilism is actually not a healthy mindset, I've found. Like, I have never met a happy and content nihilist. And I've seen the opposite, actually. The more nihilistic you are, the more destroyed your life is, usually. Like, that seems to be a kind of thinking poison, actually. So, again, not judging. I completely understand where you're coming from. But I think that's not a specific thing to Iraq, because, again, I could find you so many Luxembourgers who think they're the sexiest being on earth and they are ugly. They think they are Einstein themselves and their IQ is probably only pushing 80 at most. And they think they know everything, but they can't even barely read at a 3rd grade level. We have them here too, a lot of them. Of course, Dunning-Kruger effect, very, very omnipresent, unfortunately. I don't think that's an Iraq-only thing, that's just a... You know, idiots are everywhere. They're very annoying, and I don't like them either, Amit. Like, I'm not a kind of guru who just is sitting there in a yoga position, is like, I never feel hatred for anything. No, of course not, right? But just don't let the hatred drive you. Don't let it be the lens that you see the world through, because that's gonna go and bite yourself in the butt very hard. And in the end, it's never really productive. Honestly, leaving this country, great and wonderful, but I'd love to see more than that. Leaving this country is great, but I don't want to ever remember or know there is a country name. Oh wow, okay. So yeah, maybe get on these plans to get to your aunt. I mean, whatever you do in life, but also when you're in, if you do get to Belgium, yeah, these idiots are gonna be there too. And probably some racists who see you being, like, looking like an Arabian person, and then they're gonna hate you for absolutely no reason because they think you're a terrorist or something like that. You gotta show thick skin and just be like, nah, you're nothing. As a streamer that I watched said, and I love this term, or this sentence, my brain contains yours. You know what that means? Like, they are so beneath you. All what they can, like the totality of thoughts their brain can conjure, you can think and more. So don't mind these idiots. They are annoying, yeah. But if you can pick a path where you don't have to deal with them, then pick that one. Need to know your self-worth. Don't even think it's possible to live in Belgium because who is born in Iraq is cursed to live in this nation forever. How come? I know Iraqis who are here. I've talked to Iraqis in university before. Back when I studied in Germany. And they're not like, I can tell you they are not going back because they told me similar things that you told me, that they don't want to go back. Especially one of them because he was gay and that's not like his family wants him dead. That's... feel bad for him. But now he's living his life. I don't know if he's still in Germany or like he said he wants to go to Austria. Okay, I'm going to go live down. Life down? Ooh, life down, no. I hope it's lie down. Thanks for the stream as well. Thank you for being part of the stream. Again, I hope you're going to lie down and not life down. And as always, I wish you a good night. Sleep tight. Do not let any of your sciencey bugs bite you. Tomorrow no stream, and on Friday no stream as well. I'm really sorry. But I'm gonna be busy. Then I'm gonna pick up like a friend from America of my husband's is coming this Saturday and he's gonna stay for a week. And we're gonna show him Luxembourg. Hope he's gonna enjoy it. And he will probably be part of the streams. I'm gonna ask him. I'm not gonna force him to be part of the streams. Because I don't feel like you should be doing that, but let's see. Some of the so-called smartest Iraqis I've met actually just are word waste of existence or nothing less than rotten skin on this world. Ahmed! Better have gone, but they act like nice and... Jeez! Could it be that you're kinda angry today? I mean, no offense, but jeez. I know, I dislike idiots like everyone, but rotten skin on this world? Whew. Fake a smile to those people, otherwise I'm seen as a fool of a disgrace. I mean that you're doing like the social rules, like smile and try at least look polite, okay. Those are also things I need to do, which is really hard for me. Because I'm not really the kind of person who lies with their body language. But I just try to still give a smile and be inviting. You don't have to be, you know, you're not signaling I love you. But just give them like the minimum of respect. Chillax. But then there's some interesting conversations again. Again, I'm not fronting you, Amma, it's just... Is that much anger warranted? Is some random fool? I get being angry at them, but I would reserve that anger for the actual worst, you know? People are responsible for all of that. Not angry. I'm not talking about Iraqis or Iraq in general. This country brings all the hatred within my soul. All the hate and pain I endured was because of this so-called home. Well, yeah, if you really see that and you think that, again, what you think, or at least no, what you feel is valid. I'm not invalidating that, right? But if that's how you really feel about your home country, I would leave. Because that's not healthy, being in an environment like this. I'm definitely sure that that's much easier said than done, right? It's pretty hard just leaving your country. You just don't willy-nilly do that, but if you're really thinking about your country like this, I would try to leave. See it like this, all the people who've hurt you, you don't need to see them again. Because odds are they're not gonna go where you're from. Like, not where you're from, sorry. Where you would be going. Whether that is Belgium or somewhere else. That sounds very... Yeah, I mean, this sounds like a Mario Galaxy thing, but it is the Wildlight Galaxy from Mario Kart World. Blah, blah, blah. Pronunciation of words. There we go. Okay, Palkia, can you be shiny for me now? Please, 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 no? Lame. Trust me, I'd leave if I could, but it's next to impossible. Love to live in any place I choose, any country, anywhere, literally anywhere. Pick any godforsaken place, I would gladly take it. Well, I think there's places that are even much worse than Iraq to live in. Like, I mean, not that it's worse because it's inherently a horrible place, but I wouldn't want to live in Gaza right now. I don't think I'd be intact, if you know what I mean. There's not that much of Gaza left, unfortunately. Or like North Korea, under a very harsh, super authoritarian regime. I wouldn't want to live like that either. Or, well, there's a lot of places I would not want to be. And I might not be a big fan of Belgium, but yeah, it's pretty nice compared to those places, as in standards of living. The weather is gonna be crap, but that's the least of your worries. Now I'm actually thinking if I'll never be able to afford anything in Luxembourg. I might actually look for jobs in the Netherlands. Because I really like it there, and at least the city planning is not headache inducing. Okay, please. Can I have a shiny legendary, please? And for a split second I thought, wait, but no, it's not. I'm just saying, through your aunt, that would be easier if when you're done with high school, and you could try getting a place at a university in Belgium. That's how I know people from Iran, Iraq, and all around these the surrounding countries. That's how they came to Europe, and usually they want to stay, which you can't really blame them. What is that blue-red lighting outside? Oh, the cops doing things again in the distance. Not that that's any of my business, but that is like I look at the window outside and there's some weird red and blue light. It's really weird. It's not flickering or anything, which is even weirder. Good old Rainbow Road music. No. You know what would be nice? A shiny game. Have you heard that? Please? Oh, 940. Will I get the... I think we're gonna go over 1,000 this stream. It's an alien abduction. What is an alien abduction? You need to be more specific than names. I am pressing A, mashing A, come on. Okay, let's see. Hi, that's Jason Harris. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Currently at 941 resets, so... Have I been doing this hunt for a month now? Yeah, I think so. Oh, the lights outside. Oh, sorry. Well, alien abduction I would think the lights would look different. I would love to live in a different country and would start a new profile, new Amit, new person who has no association with his old profile. Will cut any possible association with that old place. Yeah, starting anew, turning over a new leaf. That's something a lot of people dream about. With me, actually, I don't want to be too far away from the place I was raised. It's just I'm completely priced out of the place I'm coming from, so... I think the GameCube Rainbow Road theme is my favorite. This is the melody. They do that a lot in Japan to erase yourself, your past identity. Oh, don't they have like services that apparently do that? Although I wonder how that would work. Oh, sorry. No, that's not what I want. We have a new Amit arc, apparently. Or maybe we'll have one when he moves out. Hate Japan, but I take that country over Iran. Oh, Japan is hard to go to. Do you know how, and I hate saying, I mean, I think a lot of Japan things that they release is really fun and everything. I mean, I'm playing a Japanese-made game. But man, they are xenophobic. It's so hard going there as a like an immigrant, and even if you speak perfect Japanese and you know all the rules and all the social cues and everything, they will never accept you as true Japanese. Because you're not born there, you don't look like them. It's really sad. Some good 8-bit music. Oh right, that's Ringman's stage. Yeah, very Mega Man-y. The work culture is horrible too. Oh yeah, they have a term for dying of overworking yourself, and trust me, that's not a good sign. That is really not a good sign. And then, like, you've worked your entire hours, and then you can't go before the boss goes, and usually the boss leaves pretty late, and then you're still, like, I think you can go home? No. You have to go to a bar with your work colleagues, and then drink alcohol and stuff, and then usually they'll, like, they're home at, 0, like, midnight. And then they gotta be up at 6 a.m. It's, like, torture. And then they wonder why their birth rate is falling. Like, I wonder why. Hate Japan because everyone thinks it's lovely and perfect. It's a horrible country with a lot of horrible people. So many mistakenly born humans, aka weebs, worship that place. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of interesting stuff. I love the cuisine and everything, and the onsen culture, but yeah, it's not perfect. I wouldn't want to, like, when I was in my early 20s, I had a small fantasy of, like, maybe living there, or, like, switching between Japan and then going to Luxembourg and back and forth, but thinking back now, I'm like, oof, no, jeez, no. What was I thinking? There's a lot of things that I like about Japan, but it definitely is not perfect, like the weeps think. And that's... oh, Jesus. Come on. 945, am I... yeah, I think... well, a friend is online, but I think we might... yeah, let's see. Might actually crack the 1,000. I actually hope this doesn't happen. Palkia by then, and then switch over to my shield, and then hatch more eggs again. Didn't you have a Japanese friend told me about? Yeah, uni age is okay. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but probably text-to-speech thing again, or autocomplete. But in the early days of YouTube, there was like a Japanese girl. Back when we had PMs back then they took it away, and now we have DMs again on YouTube, but it was a bit different back then, and well, like, we talked so much on there, and we shared a lot of common interests, and at one point I get like a message on a forum that we both went to. Like, through a forum, her mom years later contacted me, and she asked me, like, she told me the boom news, as in that girl has unfortunately committed suicide. And that was really, like, I cried when I was reading that. She told me that she wanted to see, like, the texts, like the messages that we exchanged, because apparently I was one of the things that she talked nicely about. At least there was some person in Luxembourg, which is a small country, almost no one knows, oh, she's talking to me, and she's always talking about things that we are interested in, and yeah, I'm sorry if it's really that dark, but it's been, I think it's 10 years now that she's dead, no, even longer. And her mother actually she really wanted access to these messages, just to have something, a piece of her daughter, right? And something that made her happy. We couldn't access it because that's when YouTube shut down that feature. That was really frustrating, but yeah, it's kind of hard to say because she told me to not really say her username or her name. She had kind of an obsession of not being known or observed, or like not being talked about after death, which I attribute to her having extremely low self-esteem. Though I do think she deserved better, but yeah. That was a shock. When I was a kid, I wanted to become a cowboy because I loved the Wild West. But the dream was crashed when I realized cowboys don't exist anymore. That's a crazy story. Yeah, I know. I still think of her. Like at one point I called her my Japanese clone. Cause I kept saying, oh, do you know about this? I gave her like an info dump and she knew it already, like astronomy, and she was also, that's how we, her mom contacted me through the Chow Hippotank forums, okay? The Chow Island forums, because she didn't know how else. Because the YouTube DMs got purged at that point. But her mother thanked me for being there for her, I guess. But yeah, I still think about her. We had a lot in common. And we were just basically talking through the internet. I did ask for picture ones just to have a face. I did send her mine, which I guess that's back then. Should you send that to internet strangers? But just the way she typed, and by the way, her English was pretty good. I kind of knew, yeah, that was like another fellow teenager. But I did send her a picture of me, and yeah, she always commented on my hair. Oh wow, is that real? Is that not a wig? And probably she didn't want to send a picture because she was self-conscious, and she was really hating herself, which that breaks my heart. She was such a good person from what I've seen, right? I mean, did I truly know her? No. The closest we've had to like a actual interaction was Skype once, where we talked. I guess it's like a phone call, and we laughed a lot. But like, yeah, she's not there anymore. She got bullied really heavily at school. Apparently, like, she told me the bullying in Japanese schools is another level from what I've heard of her. Like, what she's told me, it's very horrible. And I actually hold these people, like, I don't even know who those people are, but I do accuse them of essentially, it's them who hurt her. It's them, that's the reason why she isn't around anymore. So there's some random Japanese strangers that I hate right now, even though I've never met them, but I know that they were the cause of like an innocent girl taking her life, and that really should have not occurred. Also, fun fact, finished high school, I'm going to college, but I'm taking 1 year break from education and everything to find some peace in my life. Yeah, I get it. I know a lot of people who did a so-called gap year. I think I should have done that as well, actually. Have to get some sleep for tomorrow's election. Hope things go well. Well, thank you for being part of the stream, Exiled Revenger. And fingers crossed that you will, you know, that they will win and not the Reform Party or the Tories. And keep me informed on it. And as always, as I say to everyone here, I wish you a good night. Sleep tight and do not let the bedbugs bite. And don't let the Tories bite either. I think that's even more disgusting. I feel guilty for the death of my best friend's forever mom. Huh? Oh wow. Okay. I guess I'm dropping a bomb here and then chat drops one too. Even though I was forced to keep her secret of bladder cancer hidden from her daughters until she was ready to tell them. Okay, how are you feeling guilty for the death because she had cancer? I take it she died from the cancer? You didn't give her cancer, so... Can't believe I'm finally ready for college. I don't feel mentally ready for it. It's no different than school. It's just more plain with little gay. Well, it is kind of like school, but not really, actually. You're gonna have to be able to to self-regulate and like self-organize, or else you're gonna get destroyed by university. Because the people I've seen who really failed at university weren't necessarily the ones who didn't understand the courses or weren't intelligent enough, so to speak. But a lot of them, they just couldn't adult. Like, they couldn't cook, they couldn't clean. They've always had mom to help them organize their stuff, and then all of a sudden they need to do it. Like, the theory that they're learning is on another level, and then they need to organize it themselves. That's where they failed. Most of them, at least. So I think the gap year is a good idea, Ahmed. Where if you're not sure if you're ready for university, you can try and hone these skills, and then you'll be ready. Hey there, Brownie Monster, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Palkia is being sour. What? You mean Palkia is being stubborn? Definitely. Now at 955, I'm actually thinking we're gonna go to 1,000 here. I dread the thought, but oh well, I consented to this. I said, yes, I promise hunting Palkia, and here we are. She died peacefully, and my best friend forever was mad at me 3 weeks and wouldn't talk to me because she told them about my promise. Okay, not sure how I completely understand that. Gotta go to sleep too. Thanks for stream. Well, thank you for being part of the stream as well, James, as always. And for you, the same thing. You're gonna vote tomorrow. Don't vote for Labour. Do not, under any circumstance, vote for the Tories. I would suggest vote for the Green Party, because that seems to be the best party in England. And as always, I wish you as well a good night. Sleep tight. Do not let the bedbugs bite. And that's 956. Yeah, thank you for sending the election thing. Salutations, yin and yang. Very creative nicknames here. Can easily cook and manage my own life. My family would leave me alone for months, alone in the house with my grandpa to take care of her. Oh, oh, okay. But just a matter of what will I do next. Okay. Well, okay. If that's the case, then you don't need to learn that. But maybe there's something else that you're missing. Some kind of experience you want to go through first before heading off to university. I wish I did a gap year, actually. Well, to be fair, I wish I didn't go to that university. Not that that was a horrible time. I made some friends there, and the professors were great and everything. And Trier is a nice city, but... yeah, I feel like I wasted time that I've never going to get back, and it's not doing any favors on the job market, and I regret it in that way. Yeah. Because it's not helping me now. And I kind of wish that I did a gap year where I traveled a bit around the world. I should have like gotten a rando job and get some, like my nephew is doing. I'm glad that he's doing it at least. I should have done the same thing actually. Just have a few like service jobs that you can get pretty much. Well, back then you could. And then use that money, see some spaces in the world that I really want to see. Yeah, those years I can't get back. And now I have really pretty much nothing to show for it. If thy dragon is not the pink we desire, then thou shalt be cleaved in twain. Oh boy. Come on, B. No? Okay. Oops, no. I don't want to turn off the switch. I just want to reset. Yeah, it sucks that they don't have a soft reset. But like, why would they take that out? Why do I have it, like, have to do it this way? Really sucks. But yeah, maybe, who knows, maybe I'll scream like a mad lady because I'll get it this stream, hopefully. A girl can dream, am I right? Well, to be fair, I'm still under odds. I don't have a shiny charm in this game, so reset and regret, that's how the world works. Yeah, true. True. Wait, this is from, oh right, also again Mario Kart World. Then again, I don't have Mario Kart World myself. Again, I could buy a Switch 2 if I wanted to, but all that money that I made at conventions, I'm not touching that. Absolutely not, I'm keeping that. Alright, now we have 959. Very close, nearing to the thousands. So I think this is the longest hunt that I've done. Then again, there's people out there doing the full odds, like the OG full odds of 1 in 8,196. That's even harder, and there's people that go over odds. I think the most extreme I've seen is a guy who had 65,000 resets, I think. Which, damn, that is so unlucky. That is completely unlucky. Come on. Of course, the game is pretty slow as well. I guess in that aspect, it's also a very faithful adaptation of of Gen 4. Update: black beans seasoned with garlic powder and black pepper is yummy. I don't think I've ever had that, but then again, I'm not really a beans person. Coffee beans, yes, love them. I get my coffee drug kick every day, every morning. And I would drink more, but then I'd be, I couldn't sleep then. That would be a bit too much on my body, but man, if I could drink more coffee, I would. Just the kick that you get, like the wake kick you get from it, and then the productivity boost, but yeah. There's a limit of how much you should take in, and I do take that serious. It's not really great on the heart. Okay, and that's also not a shiny. Coffee shall be after. I swear, I love that when I wake up and I barely awake and my husband is up earlier than me, and he comes in, gives me a good morning kiss, and then he goes, makes the coffee, and I have that smell. Oh, that really that's really motivating, waking up like this. Just that coffee smell in the morning, getting a kiss from a loved one. That helps against depression, gotta say. So there's nice things in life too. Okay, we're nearing. Oh boy. But hey, this week there's gonna be more streams. Fortunately not tomorrow and on Friday. Saturday and Sunday I'll try to do more RNG manipulating. Alright, let's see. Kia, no. And no, of course not. That's a long hunt for a not so great shiny. Maybe I should be careful of not just immediately do a promise. Oh well. Like I said in previous streams, I've completely forgotten who I made that promise towards, but I would feel bad if I wouldn't do it. It's a promise, so... And hey, I can say, hey, I got the actual, you know... I'm actually surprised that they didn't shiny lock the legends, to be honest. I don't know if, or I don't remember if they shiny lock the starters here, although I think not. Very... Well, there's not... I'm silent, chat is silent. That was a very quiet moment where we just were listening to the music. Right, I didn't post the playlist that I have in the background, which I usually like to do. So yeah, that's where I'm getting the music from. So far, it's been a good playlist. Has a bit more of up down, like up. Up down. What the hell? How do I say? It has some uplifting tracks, more atmospheric ones from Halo. So when is the next convention? Well, I did get the okay to go to like the convention I went to in April in Germany. I'll return to that one in November, so I'm gonna sell stuff there again. As to, well, there are multiple in June and July, but because I will, well, same reason I will not be streaming during these weeks, I will also be unable to attend any conventions there, but yeah, well, that's the one that I got the okay for. Then maybe in September and October there's gonna be more. But yeah, I'm gonna really try from now on to be as many as I can. But some of them I don't know if I want to go because the seating, like the table costs are just too much. Like one Luxembourgish anime convention costs like 200 per day to just have a table. That's a bit much. I'm not really gonna make a lot of profit when the table costs that much. I mean, I could still try, I guess, if I make a lot from the other ones. But yeah, that would be the next convention, so to speak. I would have been in the summer, but that doesn't work out for me now. Nope. Wait, what? I pressed the home button. Oh, there we go. Oh, there was a crumb there. Oh, okay, that explains it. So I guess don't eat stuff when it has breadcrumbs and making the buttons go like this. Okay, don't do that. Gamer tip. That's from Kirby's Amazing Mirror. It's a remake of the original, music-wise. Kirby and Amazing Mirror is definitely a really underrated game. If you have Nintendo Switch Online, I would definitely suggest playing on the Switch. You can play it. It's a Metroidvania Kirby game. It really works. got a nice schedule in the fall. Yeah, we're already preparing for that. My husband is making even more art. And we got to sum up. That was really a good decision. Like we also take card, which makes it really flexible. Like we don't only take cash, but also card. Which a lot of vendors at conventions, they seem to only accept cash. But I give them the option of card and even PayPal. We're even thinking, even though I'm not a fan of crypto coins, but maybe open up a Bitcoin wallet, because apparently there's people who pay with that at conventions, which sure. Really like this song, it's really nice. Yeah, I know, just let me into the game. Let me check the god of space. Let's see if he's slightly darker pink than usual. And if he sparkles. Finally pulled the trigger and got Final Fantasy X. It was like 60% off. Oh wow, that's a good price. So I figured it was time. Yeah, that's when you know it's time. Right, that's from Super Mario Galaxy 2, I was about to say. I think they really did a good thing with the orchestra. That definitely, like, they knew what they were doing with the music. I'm back, had to drink some water. Not some blood. Alright, 971, yep, we're nearing the 1,000. Maybe I can get 1,000 before midnight comes around. Well, I kinda hope no, because, come on. I know I gotta be patient, and I chose this, and I said yes to this. It's on me. But man, this game just takes so long to load up. Like, why? I know it's also partially because I'm using a Switch 1 and not a Switch 2. Again, I've seen Galax do this hunt, and it just went by so much quicker because obviously the Switch 2 has better processors and everything, so it loads up faster. Oh, already drunk some blood of my own flesh today. Oh, we're auto vampires now. Okay, that's interesting. Infinite vampire survival glitch. Just drink your own blood. Apparently, Ahmed got it figured out. All the other vampires had to hunt for virgins. Just drink your own blood. Yeah, apparently it needs to be virgin blood or something. I don't know. There are so many different versions of the original Vampire Tale. Nope, that is not what I'm looking for. Kind of fun if you really think about it, what we're doing here. Like, you check and then you see the God of Space, and because the God of Space doesn't have the right color, we essentially reset the timeline of the universe towards the point where before I check, and then we do it over and over again. If you really think it like this, it's kind of weird. But then again, when viewed through that meta-critical lens, I guess everything is weird. This is my autism again. Overthinking stuff. Nope. No. 774. Yikes. Again, Rainbow Road. So much Rainbow Road in this playlist. The new arc is Vampire Ahmed. Oh no, that's an old arc actually. I always got my suspicions that Ahmed is definitely a vampire. He loves biting. He loves blood. He doesn't like to go into the sun. I don't know, that's kind of sus to me. Sussy baka. You must live in Eastern Europe. I don't. Although I want to go to Eastern Europe once. I have never been, and seen some nice places, like nice pictures. Blood of a Virgin, that's not hard. Just make a Roblox account, call yourself Anime Girl Uwu, and then just go around looking for Discord mods who are on Roblox, pretend you're a cute girl. And then they'll ask you to come to their house, and when you do, you suck their blood and they're virgins. But yeah, that's true. I think finding a virgin nowadays is pretty easy. I mean, they're not gonna be what people picture, like an attractive girl. It's usually, you know, Discord mods. Or incels, like, not the... Yeah, well. Did they specify it needed to be like a virgin woman, a maiden? No, I don't think so. Maybe some tales do, I think. One tale was they needed to be morally pure as well, because as viewed through a Christian lens, vampires are demons. Well, okay. There's so many variations of the tale, so I'm not even sure myself. I'm not really the kind of person who reads a lot of vampire stories. I'm not like a Twilight girl. I don't really care about vampires that much. I'm more of the science fiction kind of girl. Tell me great potential future stories that could happen if we got our shit together. Those are the kind of books that I'm reading in one afternoon. I would not be a good vampire. I like garlic too much. To be fair, already I'm not really a great candidate for staying long in the sun. My sunburn, now that I've gotten last week, it is gone, but still, wasn't even that long in the sun, and I just, bam, got it. But luckily it's gone. I thought it was gonna be worse, but still got lucky there. Right, Omni. Family. Gotta go to work on a cover letter. Take care. Don't let the bedbugs bite. Alright. Yeah, thank you for being part of the stream. Good luck with those cover letters. You can do it. And same to you. Good night. Sleep tight. Do not let the bedbugs bite. And good luck on the job hunt. I'm also gonna need the same luck, but yeah. Not right now because, yeah, of the... You know, these 9 weeks where I won't be able to stream. It would be kind of pointless doing that now. But hopefully when I'm back, then that'll sort out. I actually thought, hey, this is the year that I'm gonna get a job finally, but somehow that didn't happen. And like that one job thing where I thought, okay, I'm gonna get it at the planetarium, yeah, they still didn't answer, and I'm really doubting that I'm gonna get it, because you need a master's degree, and should I really go back to uni and get one? But then again, I have student debt. I want a job. I'm more than 30, 32 years old. I want to make, you know, I want to have my own, like fully my own money. I mean, the convention thing went nice, and YouTube is a nice side gig as well, but I want something secure. Also, Jan, I know you dislike card games, but I'm 100% sure you will love Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D, because it has a lot of sci-fi aspects in it. It's one Yu-Gi-Oh! Series you didn't watch, by the way. Yes, I'm aware I didn't watch that one. Is that the one with the bikes? I mean, is it on Netflix? Anywhere where I can watch it? I can give it a watch, sure. When I stopped watching the anime was... Oops. I don't know, was that season 2 or 3? Where, it's like these Egyptian... No, that's... Was it Daz? That villain? Like that villain with the turquoise hair? And one eye is blue, the other one is yellow? Like that villain? Darts, I think? Or darts? And he has like a divine serpent with infinite attack. Like that. That was the last thing I watched. And then I stopped watching. A lot of sci-fi. I mean, a fat amount of sci-fi. Oh, okay. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Main characters, main monsters called Stardust Dragon. Oh, right. That's a Stardust Dragon. Ah, okay. Now I understand some tidbits of animation that I've seen. Okay. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's available on Netflix, and yes, it's one with the motorcycle. I know it's kind of stupid, but the story is... Nah, I mean... Ah, who cares if it's stupid? It's something, right? It's, they're having fun, and... I mean, I'm not saying that it's Yu-Gi-Oh! On bikes, as in, like, a pejorative way. As in, oh, that's stupid. It might be silly, but... That's a lot of anime has some silly concepts, but... I take them at face value, actually. Darts, yep, that's your... Yeah, okay, that's... Oh, season 4! Oh, have I watched 4 seasons? Damn. Like, not every episode, right? But... When was it again where... was that season 3? Where that stupid bug kid... There's also another teal-haired kid. There's a lot of teal-haired, characters in the anime, but... That bug kid who was it Exodia? Was it really, like we talked about that on stream before, but it was some very important card that he just tore apart, I think, and then threw it into the ocean. Story is extremely sad, has awesome political references to a real world, trust me. Right, I think I might actually give it a watch. Actually, let me check if it is indeed on Netflix first. Okay, that's not a shiny, that's a shame. 981. Weevil is his name. Well, evil is already in the name, so you know what you're getting. Okay, it has Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, it has season 1 and season 2. I only got the 2 first seasons here on Netflix. And I'm aware that Netflix has a different, has different shows depending on where you are. Weevil, yup, he's a kid. He threw away the 5 pieces of Exodia after he pretended to be nice and kind. He asked Yugi to seek Exodia just to throw them in the ocean. Yugi should have tossed the kid into the ocean. Like, that is just disrespect. And at least give him, like, a good punch. Because, wow, what an a-hole. Also, wasn't it just one Exodia card in existence? So, he destroyed the only Exodia, essentially, no? Okay, let's see. Maybe this time. Holding on to hope. No. Nobody know. Also, fun fact, in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D, there's a character called Crow Hogan, who is actually a character who plays Blackwing. He's super awesome. Oh, the Blackwing that you have in your deck, and his name is Crow. Very good. I like crows. Oh, we're having, like, the behavior of the crows just escalates. we have crows follow us in the car, like, over kilometers, flying right next to the car. Well, to be fair, I keep feeding them, and I mean, I think it's up because of me, partially, why their fletchlings are doing so well. I mean, one of the fletchlings I've seen now, and damn, that's a huge borb. That's a big boy. Very large, nice feathers, has a nice sheen. So yeah, they better be acting all cute and doing pirouettes and all that stuff in the air when I'm there, because hey, I'm the reason why their babies are going so well. Now, I've actually had that happen now. Like, they fly around and do loopings in the air just to get our attention. It's amazing. Like, the behavior is escalating more and more as time goes on, and I'm loving every second of it. Did I tell you guys? I think I did, but I'm gonna say it again because the mere memory of that just makes me so happy. Back, like, last month when I drove to Amsterdam with my husband, there was actually a crow. We were stopping at a red light, and there was a crow who recognized us, and he made like these, you know, they move their body in a very specific way when they go caw caw, but it wasn't that. Like, there's another movement that they do when they do intimate voice, like, noises, like rattling or click calls, that they only do for their partners or friends, like something really, they only do that kind of thing when they say I love you or I really like you. And the crow just saw me and just immediately did that, and I was just completely blown away. That was amazing. I keep replaying that moment in my head. Is it pathetic? No, I just think it's amazing. When a wild animal recognizes you and essentially says, I love you. That was amazing. I wish I could kiss that very good bird, but I can't. And I would have stared more at them, but the light turned green, so... It was a big fella too. Pretty big bird. And yeah, we're feeding them in the Netherlands whenever we are there. There's a lot of crows in the Netherlands, like tons of them. There's also one part on the highway. I think it's the A16, that specific road in the Netherlands, where there are gas stations where there's so many rooks, like hundreds of them, and of course I fed them. And I hope that they spread the word about that crazy human lady that always seems to have cashews and hazelnuts and all of the other good stuff. You can watch season 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D on YouTube in English. Oh, okay, someone just dumped it on YouTube. Well, that makes it easier. It's the best but late episodes after the first half is when they go deeper into the deep lore. Deep lore of the world and sci-fi part becomes stronger. Season 1 is the best, but it has less sci-fi. It's more references on how the world is corrupt and unfair, but later seasons is flat out pure sci-fi. Well, to be fair, I don't know how much sci-fi you've read, but a lot of sci-fi goes into that direction too, like a corrupt... how the world is corrupt, especially a lot of cyberpunk is essentially that. So it's not unheard of in sci-fi. Sci-fi is actually really political, right? A lot of people seem to forget that. Okay, let's see. Come on, be shiny, goddammit, no! Oh, we might actually not make it to 1,000 resets. Or maybe I should stay awake a little longer and make it to 1,000. What do you think? That's such a Mario Galaxy theme. I mean, everyone knows this. But yeah, a lot of sci-fi talks about corruption in the world. That's actually pretty It's a very often, like, it occurs a lot. Yeah. Okay, that's also not a shiny. 990. Yeah, if it let's do 10 resets, then at least I can say I stopped at 1,000. And who knows, maybe I'll get it at 1,000. Crow Hogan is my favorite character because he appears like a jerk, but he's actually Robin Hood. He steals from the rich and feeds the poor. By steal, I mean more cards. Okay, that's pretty based. Definitely you got me interested, so I'm sure I'll check that out. It's really unfortunate that they don't have it here on Netflix, but maybe I'll do some, you know, VPN magic. Let's see. Nope, that's also not a shiny. 991. I'll go up to 1,000 and then call it a night then. Sorry about that. No body. We get number up at least 2,000 and then I can sleep. Crow has a badass lore and how he was named Crow. He got the name because he was born orphaned. He didn't know his name and he wanted to build a deck, so his first card was a crow. His friends started calling him Crow. Oh, I wonder how many crow themed cards there are. Come on, I'm mashing buttons. Quicker, game, quicker. Alright, that's 992, and of course it's not. And I'm mashing the buttons as quickly as I can to get to the 1,000. Come on, game. Give me that at least. Okay, let's go. Yes, Kia, I know. Nope, that doesn't look... Nope, I wanted to actually close the game. There we go. There's a card called the DD Crow, which is the card he found in the anime, would later inherit the Blackwing deck from his mentor after he died in a fire. Oh, okay, dark. And his mentor trusted him to take care of the children for him. Wait, the children? There's different children? Come on, 993, god damn it. Of course it's not. Couldn't at least give me that game, no? Games like nah. Oh, hey there, Arch, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? It's been a while. Why do I keep getting oh my god, Palkia. Yeah, I mean, I'm now at 993 freaking resets and I still don't have any shiny Palkia, so there's that. It's past midnight, but I'm gonna go for the, like, 4,000 resets just for the lols, I guess. I hope you're doing good. Nope, that's also not a shiny, so now 994. I've been really good. Oh, that is great to read, Arch. I'm really happy for you. That's what I want to read. People being happy. Doing good. Keep getting recommended these streams after my hiatus. You can't. Once you step foot into the Omni Village, the Omni Village's call will always remain. That's how it is. Okay, 995. Here we go. And it's a no, of course. I don't know if you're subscribed to me or if you just were in the Discord. Not that it really matters. I mean, yeah, it would be nice if you would be subscribed, because that's good for me as a YouTuber. But then again, that's up to you. You'll understand why there's a lot of children who are banned in the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D. Oh, okay, so it's a world building thing. Okay, I get you. Okay. Okay, I get the dystopian side that you're trying to get at. Okay. So it's a horrible world for children then. 996. No, of course not. I got things to do. That was short. Never mind, I gotta go, guys. See ya. I'm subscribed, by the way. Well, thank you for having a quick stop by. Just, it's great to see that you're still there, that you're doing good. That's, in the end, that's what matters. And thank you for being part of it. And yeah, I mean, if you're subscribed, that means that's probably the reason why these come up, because, well, you're subscribed. Also, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5DS has awesome lore about each dragon. Blackwinged Dragon, the card Crow uses, has the most awesome lore ever. Now, there's so many black-winged dragons, I can't even keep them apart at this point. 997, and it's not a shiny. And how many more? 3 tries. Let's see. Oh god, I definitely need a new microphone. This one is slowly starting to fail. I mean, at least the smelly part I could deal with now. Turns out I just needed to kind of wash it and clean it, and now it doesn't smell anymore, but still, like the outer layer is still coming off. Okay, that's also not a shiny, of course it's not. 998. I like the music though. Alright, let's see. So Blackwing Dragon, Black Feather Dragon is a Japanese. In Japanese, has a cool effect to absorb effect damage. The player would take at his expense. Basically, he would endure other people's burdens and pain to protect them. Okay, how would that be like in the game? Because again, I don't really know much about the meta game, right? Okay. Here's the moment of truth. Reset number 1000, and it's not a shiny. Oh well. Yeah, number 1000. 1000 resets, and for now, nothing, unfortunately. So, yeah, that's it. I hope you had as much fun as I did, even though I didn't really get anything, but yeah. Let's see. The next stream should be on Saturday, so I would say until then, have a good one, and goodbye! Oops.